Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, I've been getting a significant amount of requests to talk about investment stuff again. So I've done a lot of this prior, but you know what? To be honest, a lot of those videos are pretty sketchy. I wasn't very good at what I'm doing here, and I'm still not as good as I could be, but I'm a lot better than I was then. So I think I'm going to recreate some of those videos, and I'm going to start that today, guys. So what I want to talk today is the investment vehicles that the government has allowed for us for tax saving purposes, okay, for retirement. So let's go through those. Let's talk about what the options are, okay? Let's start with the most popular. We got 401k, right? Most of us are familiar with 401ks, okay? A lot of us have them with our companies. There is, for teachers, the equivalent of a 401k is a 403b, okay? And then for government workers, including our military, there's what's called a TSP. Okay, it's also very similar to a 401k. And then we have our traditional IRA. Okay, and an IRA is for anybody that generates an income to save for retirement with tax savings. Now there are two different. Uh, there's a traditional IRA and there's also a Roth IRA, and then there's a traditional 401k and now a Roth 401k. This is something that's been introduced relatively recently, maybe the last 5 years or something. A lot of companies taking it on, including my own. So if you're not sure if yours does, you should definitely look into it because Roth is a very good option. So let's talk about what the traditional 401k, IRA, TSP, 403b. Let's talk about what they're there for. Those these are they're called they're investment vehicles. Okay, they're not investments in themselves. Okay, so the government provided or allowed for these type of retirement accounts so that we could save for retirement with before tax dollars. Okay, so what that means is that before Uncle Sam even touches your money, you're able to invest before tax dollars into your traditional 401k, IRA, 403b, and TSP. Okay, so what that means is that it's not taxed now. Now the trade-off is that when you get to retirement, you then have to pay taxes on all the money that comes out. So the benefit there is that say that you have $100 and let's say you're in a 25% tax bracket. That means $25 out of your hundreds coming out would, on ordinary circumstances, come out before you even get to invest. But with this, you get to invest the whole $100. Okay, so the benefit there is that the $25 that otherwise would have went to Uncle Sam, you get to invest and it gets to grow and compound. We've talked about compounding interest in the past. So it allows that money to grow, okay? And then you just pay taxes on it when you pull it out at retirement, okay? So that's how the traditionals work with the 401k, the 403b, the TSP, and the traditional IRA, okay? Now here's the Roth option. The Roth option is a little bit different, okay? The Roth option, you invest with after tax dollars. So what that means is Uncle Sam gets his money first, okay? And then you invest what's left with your after tax dollars. So in this situation, they get their $25 and you only have $75 to invest. But wait, here's the kicker, okay? I'm a fan of Roth IRAs and Roth 401ks, okay? And this may be an option in the 403b and the TSPs. I'm not 100% certain. So if you're in those classes, guys, a quick Google search will probably answer that question for you. But here's the kicker with the Roth. Although you're investing with after tax dollars, I mean, you're losing that $25. Here's the kicker. You don't pay any taxes at all when you withdraw that money at retirement. Now let's talk about why this is so important and why this is a big deal. Okay. When we spoke about compounding interest a couple months ago, probably, I'll do another video on that one soon. Well, with compounding interest, guys, is the concept of compounding interest is that we're going to make money this year on the money we invested, right? Let's just assume we invest $100 and we get a 10% return. So that's $10, right? On year two, now we're making interest off of $110 instead of just $100. That makes sense? So in the next year, we're actually going to make $11 interest. Okay. So on the following year, now we're making interest on $120. $21. Can you see what's happening here? This is the power of compounding interest. Now, this is small numbers, but when this happens year after year after year after year, it starts a snowball effect, and we start making huge money off of the investments that we made. Now, here's the key. When you get to retirement, what you're going to find is that your investment is probably going to be about 10%. The money you actually put in is going to be about 10% of the account balance. The rest of it's going to be growth. Growth. Okay? The problem with a traditional over a Roth is that when you get to retirement, you're going to have to pay taxes on all of that growth as well as the initial investment. You're going to have to pay taxes on all that growth. So let's say that your investment was $100,000, but your account's up to 1.2 million. You're going to have to pay taxes on a traditional IRA or 401k. You're going to pay taxes on $1.2 million. If you do a Roth, you're only paying taxes on that $100,000. Or excuse me, yeah, because you're paying the taxes before it goes in. So you have only paid taxes on the $100,000. The rest of that growth, tax free. You don't pay taxes on it. You pay taxes now, and you avoid taxes later on all the growth. Okay. Now, in some short-term situations, say that you're 55 and you're going to be retiring at 60, maybe it's just better just to go with a traditional IRA because honestly, at that point, tax me now, tax me later, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. So Roth IRA is really, and a Roth 401k is, in my opinion, the best way to go. So with that said, we've talked today about understand that the 401k, the 403b, the TSP, again, the 401k, most of us have. The 403b is for teachers, just like a 401k. There's the TSP, which is again just like the 401k, but for government workers, including our military. And then the one that everybody can get access to, as long as we bring in an income, is the IRA. Okay, which is we can get the option of a traditional or a Roth for the 401k as well as the IRA. Okay, if you guys have any questions, hit me up. Everybody have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye.